Project Oakdale delivers a built-in low-code data platform capability within Microsoft Teams. Project Oakdale also enables anyone now to easily build apps within the context of Microsoft Teams, but not just apps. You can also now leverage Power Virtual Agents and build intelligent chatbots and deploy them directly to Microsoft Teams. Now this opens up a deep integration experience between Power Virtual Agents and Microsoft Teams. And with Power Virtual Agents, you can quickly build bots using a guided, no-code graphical interface. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now, first thing, back in Microsoft Teams, which is the hub for teamwork. As part of my previous two videos, we covered creating an application using Project Oakdale and within the context of Microsoft Teams. And we went ahead and we built a help desk application. Then in the second part of the video, we leveraged Power Automate to put an approval process around the ticket requests in this solution. And now let's go ahead and build a chatbot so that users can directly interface with the bot to check the status of the tickets. Now to get started with Power Virtual Agents within the context of Microsoft Teams, the first thing is we have to go ahead and install the app. So if you search for Power Virtual Agents and go ahead and add the app. Now once you add the app, make sure that you pin this so you don't lose it in the left-hand navigation rail, just like we did before for Power Apps. So I'll go ahead and pin this. Now, in order for you to start building chatbots directly within the context of Microsoft Teams, just go ahead and just head over to the chatbots tab right here. And this will list out all the teams that have an Oakdale environment associated with them. In my scenario, I have this team called Playzone, for which we went ahead and built the help desk solution. Now right here, we will go ahead and create our first chatbot. Now once you click on new chatbot, the first thing is it's going to ask you for a name for the bot. In this scenario, I'm going to call this as the help desk bot. You can pick the language. I'm going to pick English right here and click create. Now this will go ahead and create the bot. Now once the bot has been created, this will take you directly to the Power Virtual Agent bot creation experience right within the context of Microsoft Teams. So once we have the bot created, let's go ahead and start adding topics. I'm going to expand this and head over to topics. Now topics are basically the trigger phrases, which when the user interacts with the bot and starts a conversation, if it matches a relevant topic, the respective topic functionality would be called. So in this scenario, let's go ahead and create a new topic. And let's call this our help desk. This is where we can define our trigger phrases. So my trigger phrases are going to be check status, or what is my ticket status. And we'll also create one called ticket status. We'll call one help desk ticket update, and check status of ticket. So I've basically created these 5 simple trigger phrases. Next, I will head over to the authoring canvas. Now, Power Virtual Agent bot conversations understand natural language. That is the ability for the AI to understand the user's intent. So even if the user does not exactly match these phrases, it understands natural language and it should trigger this topic. Now, the moment this topic is triggered, the first thing we would like to do is go ahead and ask the user a question. So I'll go ahead right here, click on the plus icon and ask the user a question. And what I need from the user is the ticket number. So I'm going to call this ticket number. And right here under identity, I will go ahead and pick one of the predefined entities. Now, Power Virtual Agents comes with a set of pre-built entities which represent the most commonly used information types that you can use in real world scenarios, examples, colors, numbers, names, etc. In my scenario, I will go ahead and pick number. That's because it has to be of type number. Now, when I pick the entity as type number, even if the user enters, for example, the letters 15, it would relate to the number 15. That's because it's a pre-built entity that understands numbers. Now let's go ahead and give this a name for the variable right here. I'm going to call this variable ticket number. So I have the ticket number right here. We'll close this. For now, I'm just going to mention right here that your ticket number is, and I will head over to the insert variable option right here and pick var ticket number. Now, as part of the Power Virtual Agent team building experience, you will also get some additional parameters that you can leverage. One is the user's display name. So the user that's interacting with the bot, you can directly get the user's display name, and you can also go ahead and get the user's ID, which is the ID in Azure Active Directory, which you can leverage for a lot of use cases. In this scenario, all I'm printing out is your ticket number is whatever the user has entered. So let's go ahead and save this for now. So this will go ahead and save my dialog. Now I have an opportunity here to go ahead and test my bot within the interface of Power Virtual Agents. And I will recommend turning on tracking between topics so we can see which topics get called as we interact with this bot. So first thing I'm going to say is hi. This will go ahead and trigger a system topic called greeting. And as you can see, the greeting topic gets triggered. It has a lot of these trigger phrases predefined, and it says, hi, I'm a virtual agent, and we can modify these things. So let's say in this case, let's go ahead and modify this because this bot is primarily based upon the help desk application. So let's go ahead and make some changes right here. So it says, hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with the status of your tickets, right? That's what the bot can do. So I'm just updating this to, hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help with checking the status of your help desk tickets. Here's another message transferring to a human agent. I'm just going to delete this for now. And right here, I can also go ahead and use predefined parameters that this bot is providing me, which is the user's display name. So hi, the username, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with checking the status of your help desk ticket. So I'm basically welcoming the user. Now that I've made this change, I'll go ahead and save this. I have modified the greeting topic. Now let's go ahead and test the bot again. So I'm going to say hi. And this time, if you will notice, it says hi Reza Dorani. So it knows the user. That's me logged in as Reza. I'm a virtual agent. I can help with checking the status of your help desk ticket. So what can I help you with today? So I'm going to say ticket status, for example. Now this will go ahead and trigger my topic that I created, and as part of that topic I created these different trigger phrases. So it is asking me now for the ticket number, which is this question right here, and I will go ahead and enter my ticket number is I'll probably write the letters 4. Even though I've typed 4, you notice the bot is smart enough to understand that 4 is of type number. That's one of the predefined entities that I selected. So it goes ahead and actually in that variable, it has the number 4. So it understands natural language. Even if I would have written my ticket is 4, it would have still picked up the numeric value from that text that the user would have entered while conversing with the bot. Now that I have this in place to actually go and query and check the status of the ticket. Now, how do I get that information? Once again, back in my topic right here. Now, my question was ticket number. I'm just going to say, what is your ticket number, just to make it more look like a question. So what is your ticket number? Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and call an action. And when you select call an action, this will actually launch Power Automate for you. The Power Virtual Agents can call Power Automate, and Power Automate can go ahead and query my data source. In this case, it will query the Oakdale database associated with my Microsoft team. So let's go ahead and call create a flow. Now, when I do this, it will let me know that this is now going to leave this page and you may lose your changes. So the best thing to do first is to go ahead and make sure that you have saved your changes. And once you have your dialog saved, then go ahead and call an action right here and create your flow. This will now show me all the Power Automate templates associated with Power Virtual Agents right here within the context of Microsoft Teams itself. If you would like to get started with the base template, just go ahead and pick the first one. The other two have some additional actions in them. In this case, it will send a message to a Teams channel, or in this case, it will send an adaptive card. For my scenario, all I need to do is just check the status of the ticket. So I'm going to pick this option, which will give me the boilerplate template associated with Power Virtual Agents. Now, as part of the trigger, I can add input. So basically, the Power Virtual Agent bot can go ahead and send data to Flow. Now, in my case, I need my ticket number. So I will go ahead and pick my data type right here, which is number. And I'm going to call this where ticket number. When this flow is called from my bot, I have to pass a variable of type number. That's my ticket number. Now, once I get this, what I need to do next is I need to go ahead and initiate a query. Query to where? Query to the Common Data Service current environment connector. Remember, we are working in Oakdale. We have to use the current environment connector. So I will go ahead and pick this right here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the list records action. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick the list records action. Now, before we move ahead, let's go back to the Power Apps app in Microsoft Teams. And if I head over to the Build tab, and if you go to See All, let's look at the structure of my tables again. For the help desk system, we had gone ahead and we built a tickets table, and this is the table that I want to query. And if we head over to the custom view, one of the columns that we have is called ticket ID. And this is an auto number column that we created when we were creating this table. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab the internal name of this column right here. Heading back to Power Virtual Agents. So the entity that I would like to query is called tickets, and go to show advanced options, and the filter query is where the ticket ID, and that's the internal name that I grabbed, equal to, in single quotes, I'm going to go ahead and pick the ticket number. Now, first thing to understand is that list records always returns a collection of data. Now I need the status of my ticket. So what I would do right here, just to keep things simple for now, I will go ahead and initialize a variable. I will give this variable a name called var status, and this will be of type string for now, and let's just rename this to status. And right here I will go ahead and add another action called set variable. I'm going to pick this, I'm going to pick the name of my variable, and the value for this is going to be the value of the approval status choice column. Now how do I grab that information? That's approval status right here. Now the moment you select approval status, important to note that this will add and apply to each loop around it, purely because list records returns an array. However, I know that my ticket numbers are unique, and it will always return me one record. So in this case, even if it goes through the loop, it's fine. It's just going to have one record. And once it grabs the status, I have the status of my ticket. When I am returning the context back to my bot, I will add a variable of type text. I'm going to call this var status. And right here, I will go ahead and pass that variable called var status that I set after I perform the query. Important to note, make sure that you rename your flow so that you know exactly what your flow is doing. Otherwise, it will always have the standard name. So I'm going to call this my help desk status, and I'm going to click on save. Now that my flow is saved, I can go ahead and again click on chatbots. Now this is taking me back to the chatbot experience. Now my chatbots will list out my bot because that's the bot that I created. If you have multiple bots, you can always go to your respective team. In my case, here's the team that I'm building the bot for. Here's my bot. If I just select this will take me back to the bot editing experience. If I head over back to topics, and if I go to my help desk topic right here and just select go to authoring canvas. So this opens up my authoring canvas right here. And once again, I will go ahead and after I ask the question for the ticket number, I will call an action. Now this time it will list out the flow that I created. I had created an input variable. That's the variable that is asking me right here of type number. So I can go ahead and pick my variable right here, which is of type number, which is the output of the question that I've asked right here of type number. So I'm passing that. And the output variable is what the flow provides, and that's var status. Now I can give a message to the user that says your ticket number is the ticket number that the user entered, and after that your ticket status, and this time I can again go to the insert variable and pick var status, which is the output property of my flow. So let's go ahead and save this. So let's get back to testing the bot. I'm going to say hi, and I'm going to say I want to check my ticket status. It's going to ask me for my ticket number. I'm going to say my ticket number is 4, right? Once again, natural language. I have defined an entity. It should pick the ticket number. That's what it has done. It's gone ahead and grabbed my ticket number, which is 4. And notice that it says your ticket status is 1. Now, the reason why it is saying that my status is 1 is because I've created this as a choice column. Now, if we head back to view flow details, this should open up my flow right here. And as you can see, my flow just succeeded. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. Now, if you just look at the set variable action right here, it's setting the value as 1. Now, if I head back to my choice column right here in my table, which is approval status, for the query that I just executed from my bot, if I click on approval status, you will notice that this is of type choice. If I go to edit choices, you see I have my 3 choice values that I've defined right here. Now, if I open any one of these and if I go to view more, you will notice that it has a value associated with it. Now that's the value that it is returning. So it said that for ticket number 4, the approval status was 1. Now, if we would like to check this out, if I head back to my team and if I open my help desk app, for ticket number 4, it is approved. So it is giving me the correct value. So the flow is getting called and it is responding with the correct value. But how do I grab the text from my choice column? Well, for that, a little bit more work. Back to my flow within the context of my bot. Notice I had this approval status. Now, how do I get that label value, right? If I search for approval status, I'm still getting just that one dynamic content right here. So this is just getting me the value, but I need the text of that label. So how do I grab that? Now let's go ahead and add an action right here called compose. And compose, basically all it does is it creates an arbitrary object right here within flow. It's a value that cannot be changed later on in the flow. Now in this case, what I would like to do is the list records action has something known as body, right? It's one of the properties. So I'm going to pick this and I will go ahead and pick my previous succeeded flow and just save and test. So I just want to test to see what do I receive as part of the body object. Now if I run this, if you look at list records, it does not show me anything in output right here. But if I go to the compose action, because I printed the body object right here, which is the output of my list items action, I do get a response. I'm just going to go ahead, Control A, Control C, copy this, head over to Visual Studio Code and paste it. Now right here, this is the response of the query that I'm executing in flow. Now, if I search for that text approved, because I know that the status of this ticket was approved, if you notice right here, this is the column called approval status that it is providing me the value 1. The word approved is available as part of this object. Now, how do I get this information? So I will go ahead and just copy this. Now, if I head back to my flow, if I edit my flow, and if I go to apply to each and set variable, now I will remove this. And right here, I will head over to expression. And this is the expression that I'm going to write. Item, question mark. What does item give me? Item gives me the current context of the item running in the for loop. And all I need to do right here is under square brackets and within single quotes, just go ahead and paste that text that I copied from my JSON, which had the actual value, which is approved associated with it. So I'll go ahead and click OK. And I will go ahead and save my flow. Make sure the flow is saved. Go back to the chatbot. Go back to your help desk bot, and right here, let's start testing our bot again. I'm going to straight away say ticket status. We'll put in the number 4, and this time when the flow will get called, it should respond with the actual text associated with it, which is approved. Also, if I head back to my help desk application, there's a ticket that has the number 1 that has been rejected. So let's check this one out. Let's say ticket status. It's going to ask me for my ticket number. I'm going to enter 1. This will once again go trigger the flow, and there you go. It has responded with the ticket status has been rejected. So my bot is now ready, and the next step is to go ahead and publish this bot. So I will go back to the left-hand navigation right here and click on publish. Now the moment I click on publish, the first thing is you need to ensure that your bot is published so all the latest content is available. Now that my bot has been published, I can go ahead and either open this bot and start chatting it directly in Microsoft Teams, so it'll be like a personal bot that I can interact with, or I can go ahead and share this bot so that others can find and install this bot in Microsoft Teams. So I will go ahead and share this bot in this case. Now, when I pick share the bot, I can share it with my entire organization. I can even submit it for admin approval if required, or I can just share it with my team. And in this case, I'm interested in sharing this bot just with my Microsoft team. So I'll go ahead and add this to my team. And so my bot is now associated with the team. Which team? The team for which I'm actually creating this Power Virtual Agent in. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to click on close. So now back in Microsoft Teams, if I head right here and if I go to apps and if I go to more apps, right here, if you notice, there is something called built for my tenant right here. And this is where I can see that bot available. Why? Because I'm a part of that Microsoft team. So here's my bot, which is help desk bot, and I can just click on this and go ahead and add this bot so I can interact with this bot directly in the context of Microsoft Teams. And that's the bot that's available right here for me. And I can even go ahead and pin this. The moment I add this bot and when I start interacting this bot, it will directly initiate the greeting phrase for me right here. So it says, hi Reza, I can help you with the ticket status. I'm going to say, okay, ticket status. I'm going to search for the word ticket status, and this will go ahead and ask me my ticket number. So let's say ticket number 3, and this should go ahead and check to see the status of the ticket number 3, and that's my response right here that my ticket has been approved. So this is how you can quickly go ahead and build intelligent chatbots right within the context of Microsoft Teams and talking to the Project Oakdale environment that was created for Microsoft Teams. So just to quickly recap, in the first video, we went ahead and we built our Project Oakdale environment for our team, in which we created our tables, our relational database that was made available for us thanks to Oakdale. And at the same time, we went ahead and built an app that talks to that relational database. And this is the app that we made available to all our team members by directly just publishing it to Teams. And here's my app in action. In the second part, we went ahead and added a Power Automate approval flow so that whenever a new help desk request comes in, we have an approval process around it. And in this part, we went ahead and we built a chatbot so that users can directly go ahead and interact with the chatbot so they can check the status of their tickets. All of these capabilities, building bots, building apps, and leveraging the CDS environment that has been created for your team, which is the Oakdale environment, is all available to you with your standard Office licenses, no premium license required whatsoever. If you like this video, then do comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.